Hey guys, welcome back. I was doing your guys' videos, Cancer, and I had already pulled out a couple cards. And I paused to go let my cat out and get some water, some other stuff. There might be a lot of distractions right now. But then instead of hitting start again, I hit end. Anyway, so I am starting over, but the same cards are on the table. They were just the initial cards. So we had, for the first card, we had meditate and contemplate. I do feel like right now the universe is asking you to meditate. Take some time to meditate in the morning, in the afternoon, and at night if you're having a hard time getting into your meditation. I was also suggesting that you guys might start doing breathing exercises. I do feel like you guys are having a lot of anxiety at this time with all of the planetary alignments and all the stuff going on. Cancers are very highly intuitive, but we are also ruled by the moon. So there's a lot that's being pulled out, and with eclipses and this moon and the blood moon and all this, there's a lot. All right. So the technique that I would suggest is I would take a big breath in, and then you hold it, right? Take one big breath and you hold it. When you feel like you can't hold it anymore, you'll pull in another breath and then you release once you're unable to breathe. It does feel a little bit, you might feel a little bit lightheaded, a little bit tipsy, a little bit high, but it does help your anxiety, especially if you're overwhelmed by your anxiety, okay? Yeah. And so, if you're unable to do like 3 times a day, because that is a lot, the reason I was saying that is if you're having a hard time getting into your meditation, because I feel like some of you guys might be having a hard time. And so, in the last video, I was explaining that I would meditate in the morning, in the afternoon, and at night until I was able to fully get into my meditation. And then I would just meditate once a day. All right. Then you have communication is key with Gemini here. Yeah, I feel like there is some communication coming in, because we actually got all these cards out. We got a new romantic cycle begins, a new start is coming, and then luck is on your side. And it's funny because all of these cards, I believe, are new moons. Every single one of these cards is a new moon. Every single one of them. New moon in Pisces, new moon in Gemini, new moon in Libra, just a new moon, and then new moon in Sagittarius. That's crazy. So I think there's something new coming in. Yeah. With communication is key. I feel like you're being led into situations where you're going to have to make sure that you're communicating correctly, right? The reason why we went through all these trials and tribulations is so that we could learn how to be self-aware. We could learn how to have conversations without being triggered, have conversation. And that doesn't mean that you're never going to be triggered, but it means for the most part, you are self-aware and you have control of your emotions and of your responses, right? That is the whole reason why you go through all this healing, so you don't actually have to bleed onto other people that didn't cut you, instead of having to continue dealing with people that don't understand your language, right? With a new romantic cycle begins, I do feel like there is things coming in, relationships that are coming in that are now going to be equal give and take. I feel like, cancers are always huge givers. Cancers are huge givers, right? And I feel like you guys had to learn how to, when to give and when not to give, right? Because cancers always give too much. And then before you learn, and I'm speaking from, I'm a Cancer stellium, so I have so much Cancer in my chart. As a Cancer stellium, you overgive to the detriment of yourself, and the more they would pull away, the more you would give, because you didn't understand what you thought it was you when it really wasn't you. And I feel like Cancers, you guys have learned the lessons. It wasn't you. It was you not knowing that, you know what, obviously this person is not giving back to me. I should have, like, not only self-respect, but boundaries, and understanding. Like, and it wasn't that you weren't smart enough, it was that you were never taught that what was happening was incorrect, that was abuse in a certain way, that was people taking advantage of you, right? You just thought that was a normal thing, but you had to give more. um with a new start is coming, I feel like you're getting a start in everything, to be honest. With all these new moons here, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're getting a new start in a bunch of different sections. This could be a new home, a new car, new relationship, new career, uh, and maybe even like a new health, new body. Not new body, of course, right? But you guys know what I mean, like an actual transformation. I feel like you guys are, it's all like, yeah, it's everything new. Everything new. This is absolutely amazing, Cancers. This is like, whoa. Yeah. And then you have luck is on your side. Which is, yeah. Yeah. As a also Cancer, I can attest for Cancers going, having gone through some shit, and I can absolutely say that you guys deserve this, right? Especially the ones that have done the work and continue to do the work and continue to strive. And nobody's perfect, right? But the point is, like, okay, I saw this today, I didn't like that. I'm going to do better tomorrow, and I'm going to try to better myself in this region and that region, right? But I feel like you've been through enough karmic cycles that now anything that comes in, even friendships, is going to be almost Libra energy, right? Friendships, business partnerships, that kind of thing. And this is amazing. Luck is on your side. Everything is going Cancer's way, right? All right, let's start clarifying. This is awesome. What was at the bottom? Another new moon in Aquarius. These are not, no, look. Full moon in Gemini. Waxing crescent. This one is also new moon. New moon eclipse. Full moon. Yeah, new moon in Aquarius. Bring love into the situation. I feel like they're asking you to bring love into every situation. Every situation that you're bringing into, it requires love. What was that saying, that phrase that Bad Bunny says? Love is stronger than hate. I can't remember what he actually said exactly. But love is always going to be stronger than hate. And there's a need to bring the love into every aspect. I know a lot of people, and including myself, when I was trying to get healthy, because I have a lot of autoimmune conditions. So for me, getting healthy means like a whole different thing. It doesn't just mean, oh, I want to lose weight. No. Throughout the years, up until about 3 years ago, or even like 2 years ago, I would do that thing where I would use hate and anger, harness that, and get really thin, right? I wouldn't get healthy, I would get thin. And that never worked out. The pain was still there, all of that stuff, right? And I feel like a lot of people use that hate, but it's different when you're actually loving yourself and speaking to yourself a completely different way, and treating yourself, remothering yourself, reparenting yourself, and talking to yourself as if you were your own child, right? And understanding that no matter what you look like, no matter where you are in life, no matter what you do, you're still good enough. Do you want to make certain things better? Absolutely. But that doesn't make you less than, right? It doesn't make you less than. Just because somebody sees a flaw in you doesn't mean there's an actual flaw. Oh, your nose is too big. Well, that's your opinion, right? I think my nose is perfect. I'm not saying me or you guys. I'm just saying, like, as an example, right? Yeah, with the King of Pentacles. Oh, meditate and contemplate. King of Pentacles. I feel like right now, you guys are coming in. Yeah, you guys are going to, oh, yeah. I was actually going to say that, and it came out anyway. I was getting Three of Pentacles energy, and the Three of Pentacles came out anyway as I was talking. I do feel like there is a King of Pentacles that's wanting to come in and is going to want to collaborate with you, and I feel like this is going to be very Libran. Even if it's not romantic, but it does say romantic, right? A new romantic cycle. So this could be somebody that is actually very, I was going to say tech savvy, even though I was thinking business savvy, but it came out tech savvy. This is somebody that's very business savvy. This is somebody that probably has their money in check, and if they know how to get things done, right? Have you ever been with someone and I'm sorry, gentlemen, if you guys are guys here, but I've only been with in a relationship. I've only been with men. Um, so I can't, give an example for a man's point of view. But have you ever been with a man that didn't know how to do anything, and you're like, why is this person here when I've been a single mother and I'll basically now I have an extra child? They don't know how to do shit. If I have a man that asks me, what should I buy from the market? Bro, no. I'm sorry. But if we are married or even dating and you don't know what I already buy, mind you, of course, there'll probably be certain things that I'll ask you to buy that you won't know that I need. But if you don't know how to shop for yourself, or my ex-husband, when we first got together, when we moved in together, he went out shopping and got everything for the apartment. I was so impressed. I was like, wow, because that was my second husband, and my first husband was very immature. Mind you, we were very young, and he didn't know anything about how to be a man, right? Or even a husband. But the second one went out and, like I said, came home and had everything we needed for, a new apartment. And I was like, whoa, that's impressive. And he had never been married. So, like, that he had been a responsible man, right? That's kind of what I mean. Like, if you don't know what's needed in the house, if you don't ever buy toilet paper or shampoo, that to me is like, nah, you might want to live alone for a little bit so you know what it's like to live alone, right? I feel like everybody should live alone from I know nowadays that's very difficult, but I think everybody should have some time to live alone so they can understand what it's like to live alone. So they don't, first of all, expect other people to just take care of them just because. And two, so that you understand the difficulties of what it's like to live alone, doing your clothes, washing, cleaning the house, cooking your own meals, With the King of Swords, I feel like this person or people that are coming in is someone. Ooh, okay, yeah. You're used to dealing with a lot of people that were very cutthroat, that were very honestly, I feel like there was a lot of toxicity. I feel like there was a lot of toxicity. There was a lot of trying to entrap you. There was people that did not appreciate who you were. There was people that, honestly, I'm getting a lot of AVUSIVE here with the devil energy and the king of swords. These are people that would talk behind your back, that would talk badly about yourself. And it's funny because I feel like these people had nothing to offer, yet they would try to pull you down. These are the kind of people that would get taller by cutting off somebody else's other people's heads, right? Instead of growing and maturing in their own life, they were like, well, I don't like that you're better than me because you've actually done something with your life, so let me just make you smaller by making you feel like shit. It's the kind of men that when women are starting to do better than them, they go out and cheat constantly. Because that way they can make their women insecure, make them feel like shit. And that's how you start to manipulate a woman. That is how you start to gaslight them. That's how you start to diminish their self-esteem, because they wonder what they did wrong, what's wrong with them, why would you go, and then little by little they start to excuse me, I don't think somebody wants me to say this. Little by little, they don't want, they start to chip away at you because they don't want you to have self-esteem, because the powerful women they can't compete with. And eventually they'll know their value and they leave. And I feel like you guys have, and this is masculine or feminine, you guys have dealt with a bunch of people that just, instead of growing and wanting to be better people, they saw you and were like, oh, hey, I don't like that you're better than me. Let me bring you down to my level, right? You're not doing that anymore. In fact, I feel like you're not doing that ever again. I feel like you've overcome this devil energy and you're never going back to this. And because of that, because you've overcome this, and I feel like this is a cycle that's been closed out, you are now moving into Libran relationships, right? Where you're receiving equal take. Again, romantic, friendship, whatever it is. Because you're no longer, it's not that people are not going to come around and try to be, you know, sneaky and shit, but you know better now. You know better now, and I feel like you guys are not fucking playing anymore. Yeah, with the Nine of Pentacles, you guys are absolutely, I've got no strings, da 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 da. A new start is coming, but especially in money. Like I said, there is a new start coming. It's in money. It could be in business. It could be in a lot of things, right? And then with the Hangman, it's because luck is on your side with justice. You've changed your perspective, and because of that, because you've changed your perspective on the way that you're now thinking about business, about money, about past relationships, things are now, you're now getting your justice. You're now getting your just desserts, and you're going to get, and most justice for me, and I just saw 555. Justice for me is living your best life, and you literally have like 5 new fresh starts here in 5 different places, right? And so, and it's because you had to deal with people like this and you learned your lesson. Yeah, 10 of Swords, it's done and over with. You're no more. You have all the arrows in your head, in your hair, and you're just like, nope, that's it. I'm done. I'm done. No more. And then the King of Pentacles. Wait, is there 2 King of Pentacles? Yeah, this one. Look, King and King of Pentacles. So you guys could both be in your masculine energy, which makes sense because when you're hustling, right, the masculine hustles, the feminine heals, the inner child plays. And I just saw, no, I didn't. I just saw 4-4. I thought I saw 4-4-4, but no. And so you guys could be in a same-sex relationship, or you guys could both be in a masculine energy. But I feel like you guys have mastered being both in masculine and feminine. I don't feel like you're stuck in one, especially Cancers, because Cancers, you know, even as a masculine, you deal a lot with water, right? Clarifying King of Pentacles, you got Bridge. Yeah, there's communication. You're coming, you're integrating, you're collaborating with someone. Yeah, there's harmony here. Overcoming barriers. Yeah. Yes, Cancers, this is awesome. Clarifying the 3 of Pentacles. Yeah, you guys are uniting with someone, and I feel like they're going to help you to see the bigger picture on the bullshit that you've gone through, right? It could be that you're still holding on to just a little bit of energy that you're not meant to be holding on to, and it's kind of just a little damper on the energy, but there needs to be a huge shift in, like I said, relaxing and coming out of this survival mentality, this survival energy, right? Clarifying the 3 of Pentacles tree. Yeah, you're going to be very grounded. You're going to be very fertile. That could be literally, so you guys could get pregnant, so be careful. Or it could just be that right now, anything that you touch is going to grow. You're going to have that green thumb. There's going to be ideas after ideas after ideas. But look, there's even lineage. Yeah, health, vitality. What did I say? Your health is going to get better. You're going to build roots here. But I feel like these are, it's almost like you're planting the seed to a tree. Not even a plant. Not even like a bush. A tree. And it's a family tree. Because this is almost like you're building a new bloodline, right? You're connecting to source. And I feel like this is somebody that you've dealt with in a past life. Clarifying the devil and 22, you've mastered this. 22, you've mastered this lesson. You've mastered this lesson, and it's time to move on, because why would you have to continue to repeat a lesson when you've already mastered it? True North. You're moving into your true north. And whenever I see that, I always get you're moving from your south node to your north node, right? You're coming home to yourself, and you're finally going to be able to start moving in your own energy. I feel like it's been a lot of lessons, and it's been a lot of heartache. It's been a lot of loss, but I feel like you're finally getting here, right? You're moving into your life path, and it's because you're seeking the truth. But you're finding your way. Let's clarify the Nine of Pentacles. Yeah, you're going to become very financially sovereign. You're going to become very financially independent. Even if you're with someone, it doesn't matter. You're going to be financially independent. And that is very important, especially nowadays when you're in a relationship. It's important to be financially independent. It doesn't mean you have to make the same, right? But yeah. Yeah, with blueprint, careful, you're going to be drawing out basically the blueprints. You have the vision and you're going to be building exactly what you see for your future. You have super firm boundaries and you have these great ideas. You have a ton of ideas, right? And you're going to be receiving, like I said, instructions or help or guidance on basically you're moving into your destiny. And this is your starting point for you guys, which is crazy. I'm telling you, you're getting 5 new beginnings here. Thoughts become things. You're going to be manifesting like crazy. Like crazy. I feel like you guys have been having a hard time finding that button, like that manifesting button. The second you find it, you're not going to lose it ever again. You're never going to lose it again. And you're going to know how to manifest like crazy. All right. And then clarifying justice. Yeah. You are now going, you're going to be, I don't feel like you're there yet. I feel like you're moving in there. You're going to be fully in control. You're charting your own course. Like I said, you're moving almost into like the south node into the north node, but you're following your true north, right? You're gonna be freedom. You're gonna have the freedom and the self determination to do exactly what it is that you want to do. And I feel like you're gonna be making money and still be able to have that freedom to be able to continue to live, right? To do what you want to do. You're mastery, yeah, you're mastering it. You're becoming an expert, but you're going places. Yeah, with the torch, from dark to light, revolution, courage, fully engaged. Yeah, full force ahead. Yep, this is absolutely gorgeous, Cancers. I love this for you guys. I love this for you guys. It's been a minute. It's been difficult. Why is this card here? All right. Okay, Cancers. I'm going to get you guys some guidance and then I'm going to leave it here. For Cancers. Cancers. All right. Cancer. She who instigates. Regina. Leadership. Provocation, power. Yes, you are stepping into your own power. Light, serenity, beacon. You are going to be a lighthouse for other people. You are going to be that beacon of light, and you're going to be, I think, helping people to be able to overcome. Because who has the, honestly, if you ask anybody, who has the hardest time in love? Who has the, because unfortunately, it's not even, you know what, I'm actually kind of grateful that we're like that, because I know, and I recently learned that I stay longer because I want to make sure that when I leave, right? But I do stay longer than I should. And I feel like most Cancers do stay longer than they should when they actually give a shit. And, but I feel like it's because we want to make sure that the second we walk out that door, you've destroyed every fucking sentiment of mine. You've destroyed any hope of mine. I see you clearly. You can't gaslight me because I see you clearly. I stayed and I watched, right? My feelings probably left like, 2 episodes ago, but I wanted to continue to stay to make sure that you are who you are and you prove that to me, right? And when I leave, it's because you ain't never gonna see me again. There is no, oh, let's do this again. No. No. All right, Cancers? All right, I hope this helped. I love you guys so much, and I will see you guys soon. Bye.